The Minnesota Timberwolves have got to be one of the NBA championship favorites right now. Sitting at 36 and 16, first in the Western Conference with the best defense in the NBA, but a subpar offense. Okay, so what do they do about that? At the deadline, they go out and get one of the best backup point guards in the NBA, and Monte Morris, to help their offense flow whenever Mike Conley goes out. Anthony Edwards is a monster, and their big man duo of Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert has been very solid this season. It looked like last year the Twin Towers weren't going to work out, but this year they have been exceptional. Naz Reid has been fantastic off the bench. They're third in three-point percentage and ninth in field goal percentage. It's just that bench sometimes gets the offense a little bit out of sync. Their two big guys are extremely efficient, which allows Rudy to play in the paint at the same time as them. Starting with Karl Anthony Towns, 22.7 points per game, 8.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 33 minutes a game for him. They should be 37 and 15 right now because the game he dropped 60 in against the Hornets. No way on earth they should have lost that game. But he's shooting it better than most guards in the league. 52% from the field, 44% from three on 5.2 attempts, and 88% from the free throw line. That is crazy right there for a 7-footer. He's operating on the perimeter because of the fact that Rudy Gobert is camping out of the paint. It's crazy. Last year, he only shot at 37% from three on 5.7 attempts. This year, up 7% on the same amount of attempts. So really good numbers for Cat. And then Naz Reid has been a bit of a breakout so far for this Timberwolves team. Really good six-man type guy, 12.3 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 23 minutes a game for Reid so far this year. He's been, like I said, really good for this Timberwolves team off the bench. He's also almost shooting 50, 40, 90 efficiency, 49% from the field, 41% from three, 4.3 attempts. What makes this team so special is they have two 7-footers that can operate on the perimeter while also still having Rudy Gobert, one of the best perimeter or interior defenders in the world, camp out in the paint. Per 36, he's averaging 27.5 points on really good efficiency as well as 1.2 steals and a block. He's also on a really, really good contract right now. A great value extension, only making about $13-14 million a year. For a guy that can do that, that's pretty premium right there, especially for a Timberwolves team that is kind of in salary cap hell right now because of some of their other contracts. 12.6 points per game for Rudy Gobert, about 13 points, about 12 rebounds, a few blocks, 65% shooting from the field on 9 field goal attempts for the 31-year-old. I mean, he's still balling. He's a big reason they have that number one defensive rating. He's actually got the number one defensive rating on the team per 100 possessions. I mean, this team is really good. And then on offense, the guy that makes them go is Anthony Edwards. Their young scoring wing. So they got two 7-footers that operate on the wing. And then you got this guy, an ultra-explosive 6'5" Michael Jordan clone, averaging 26 points a game, 5.3 rebounds, and 5.1 assists. Just does a little bit of everything for the T-Wolves. He has really rounded into form as a 22-year-old. 47% shooting from the field, 40% from three, 6.5 attempts per game. Like I said, for the 22-year-old. Top what shooting guard? I don't know. Top 3? Maybe. Top 5 for sure. Maybe top 3. I don't know. There's some good shooting guards. Looking at his shooting improvement, though, sophomore season, he shot at 36% from 3. Last year, 37% from 3. And then this year, 40% from 3. So, I mean, he keeps getting better from downtown. He's been really solid. Make sure you hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying today's video at any point. As you can see here, the majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if that is you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to post as much as possible. Haven't been able to get the daily uploads out lately, but hopefully those are coming back soon. Now let's take a look at the elite point guards this Timberwolves team has. With Mike Conley and now adding in Monte Morris, they have two of the best floor managers, game managers, whatever you want to call them, in the NBA right now. Mike Conley is the highest rated non-big man on offense in NBA history, which is crazy. And second is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander this year, to put that into perspective a little bit. You see his numbers on the year. He's 44% from the field, 44% from three on over 5 attempts. He only averages 1 turnover to go against his 6.5 assists per game. The dude's a monster. Now, Monte Morris only played in 6 games so far this year. But let's take a look at his final season in Denver when they were, competitive, unlike the Wizards last year. He averaged 12.6 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 3 assists per game while shooting at 48% from the field, 40% from 3 on over 4 attempts per game, and averaged about 29 minutes a night. Monte Morris added into this Timberwolves rotation, I think it makes them that much better. He's going to be an elite backup point guard. So you got Conley, Ant, McDaniels, and then the two bigs, and then you got Naj Reid, Monte Morris, and some wings off the bench. That's a good looking lineup right there. Now, the number one defense, the number one opponent's points per game, largely in part to this big three and their being able to have so much length on the court, anchored by Rudy Gobert. Ant is a good defender in his own right this year, but between these two, these are two of the better defenders in the NBA. And now we'll talk about Jaden McDaniels, because we already talked about Rudy Gobert a little bit. But McDaniels on the year is averaging about 11 points, 2.7 rebounds, 1.4 assists, and 1 steal. Honestly, not having quite the year I expected from him after he signed that massive extension, because he is only shooting at 37% from three, which is, I mean, it's serviceable, but it's not good for a guy that's making like $130 million over the next 5 years. 51% from the field, not bad though. Certainly that is efficient enough, but overall would like to see a little bit better three-point shooting from Jaden McDaniels. Now, as I mentioned, they have some wings coming off their bench. Nickeil Alexander-Walker only years averaging about 6.8 points per game, about 2 rebounds, 1.5 assists per game, and 1 steal. You know, off their bench, the bench unit is looking much better now after the deadline with a solid backup point guard in Monte Morris. They sent away Shake Milton, so 42% from the field for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Only 36% from three, not great, but he is a good defender. Kyle Anderson, same thing. Slow-mo, he's having a really good year, actually. 6.2 points, 3.5 assists, 4 rebounds, stuff in the stat sheet with a steal per game as well. I mean, solid year from him. He's shooting at 47% from the field, 20% from three on 0.6 attempts. It's not fantastic in 21 minutes a game, but you know, he's getting up there in age, but he's filling out the stat sheet in other categories. And then Troy Brown Jr., he's averaging about 4.2 points per game, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in 11 minutes per game. And, I mean, yeah, solid bench unit, solid wings. Would like to see the rookie get a little bit more time, Leonard Miller. He's one of their highest-rated defenders, but you know, maybe they're just grooming it. Maybe he's not quite ready. Maybe they're grooming him for next year. I would also like to see Wendell Moore maybe get a little bit of PT. We'll see, though. Looking at the outlook for this year, they are the number one seed in the Western Conference. If the season ended today, there's kind of that top group of Minnesota, OKC, the Clippers, and the Nuggets. And then the Suns are all the way up into the 5 seed. They got the Clippers in a couple of nights, and then they got a couple of games against the Blazers. So, you know, should easily take 2 of the next 3, maybe 3 of the next 3. We will see. That Clippers game will be a very fun one when it comes to determining the landscape of the top of the league. But yeah, with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. Leave me a comment down below. And with that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.